Alright, what up you guys? Today we're back vlogging again. Today I'm actually working on my own car. I haven't really worked on my own car in probably like 2-3 weeks since I've had it. I have a bunch of parts. I spent total like already $15,000 in parts, which is kind of crazy I think. Today what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put spark plugs. I'm gonna show you guys me gapping them. I'm gonna get them to the ChatGPT way said between 20,000s and 24,000. So I'm gonna start off with 20,000s, clamp it, and then it's gonna be around 24,000s. So what I was saying is like what I've gotten for my car is I've gotten so much stuff. The whole reason of this car is we're gonna try to beat in Huracan on the track. So we have like a 60K budget. We spent 29K on the car, so we have $31,000 to spend on mods. So far, like I said, I spent $15,000 because we've gotten some used parts, which I honestly am a fan of because we save so much more money and we could get way crazier shit. So what I've gotten right here is these are gonna be AP Racing Pro 5000Rs. I got the rear brakes and also the front brakes too. Yeah, so I bought them off a guy from Facebook Marketplace and it ended up like working out perfectly because he actually was a Chinese guy. So he saw the TikTok that Ollie made for his Chinese TikTok and saw that he saw my exact car. He recognized who I was because he saw I was the mechanic on the video. I'll play a little snippet of it, but
觉得很便宜，但是是因为这车有6万8，看着它会觉得很年轻，但是他之前在迈凯伦干过，他之前在 Voodoo 干过。
Buddy Ollie was just basically talking about how we have a $60,000 budget. We spent 29K on the car, and he's just talking about me, how I'm a mechanic. I've been a mechanic for like a year or two now. So today, finally, we're working on the car. All right. So we got all these spark plugs right here. These are all OEM, which is really nice, and I like to use OEM. So why not? So you can see got the little M logo on these jammers. They're Bosch R8, so whatever that is. So what I like to do is to get them to 24,000s, just put the spark plug in the spark plug gap tool, and then I'm gonna get 20,000s right here. So we're gonna put this in, and then we're gonna close the hole, and basically just tighten it like this until it stops, and then back it out. Once you back it out, pull the spark plug out. It should be perfectly at 24,000, so let's double check. Perfect. You guys saw how perfect that slipped in, just like that. You don't want to have like so much play and everything like this. You can see I can't really move it. Just slips in perfect. So now we know this one is gapped at 24,000s, and that's perfect. That's all we need. So just got this one gapped. After that, I'm going to get all 6 of these gapped because my car is over there and we're going to work on it later today. So yeah, I'll see you guys whenever I get all these gapped. Alright, so here's my car. Here's some of the parts I've been talking about that I got. I got this SnowTech Performance charge cooler. This thing retails for like $2,800 online or something. I got it for $1,000, so I'm pretty hyped on it. Only has 1,000 miles on it, the guy said. And did come with this J pipe right here, which is pretty cool. I think I might use this because I think titanium kind of does look a little cooler than this one what we have right here. But these are going to be the charge pipes, either the DMB from locally in Laguna Hills. But this is going to look so much better in my car. It's going to replace this piece of shit stock one, and then also put some upgraded ones so these are not plastic and can blow up. But yeah, as you guys can see, I got the front mount intakes already in the car. Loki sounds so much fucking cooler, I think. This thing is kind of stupid to do spark plugs. You got to take a bunch of stuff off. You got to take this brace off, and then there's also going to be like a whole other brace that's under all these panels that you got to take off too, which kind of sucks. But all right, you guys, so taking the car apart a little bit, I got the charge pipes out, and now I got the valve cover and the spark plug and coil packs revealed. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to wait for this motherfucker to start filming me. So we're going to start making videos for his Chinese TikTok and YouTube. And then, yeah, I already got the spark plugs gapped, so now we have access to that. All we got to do is just pop all these connectors off like that, which is pretty easy, and just rip the plugs out. And then we also got my boy Vale Tint here, tinting my shit. Shout out my boy, pulling up to the warehouse, getting it done. But yeah, so let's start working on this thing. I had to kind of remove this one a little bit just to get access to the charge pipes, but I covered the holes for the turbo right there just in case, so I don't get any dirt while I'm doing the plugs in the car, because that would suck, you know. Alright, so I got the first couple spark plugs out. This is what they look like.
I did them.
Ollie did them, but honestly not too bad, I'm not gonna lie. They definitely have been changed before because they aren't OEM, but honestly, who's going to be mad about that they've been changed before? So got all the coil packs out. This is what it looks like. It's a little bit dirty in here, so I'm gonna vacuum it out whenever I'm done with this, but honestly, yeah, I'm happy with how the spark plugs look. I'm gonna keep these just in case if these ones ever start misfiring, if I put like a flame tune on or something, but overall they look pretty good, so that's a great peace of mind. All right, so I got basically all the plugs already swapped. These are the old ones. I got the last new one. So everything is looking pretty well, to be honest. Like, I thought the plugs were gonna be black, but it looked pretty well. So we're just gonna do this last one, and then we're gonna put everything back together, swap this charge cooler, and then we'll be good. Okay. After I get this last spark plug and put all the coil packs in, then I'll start ripping everything out. Okay. Got the torque wrench. Torquing these to around like 28 newton meters because
it's 2 hours from my house to there.
Or 27. Okay, because that's what it says to do on the box. So got it torqued, everything good. Now what we gotta do is just throw the coil packs back in. That's coil pack. Alright, so got all the spark plugs and coil packs back installed. Everything all looks good in my opinion. So now all we gotta do is swap this charge cooler. So let's get to doing that. Alright. So what's up, you guys? Continuing back with this vlog, I installed the charge cooler and I also tried to install these charge pipes, but I did put them on. The reason why I put these stock charge pipes back on, as if you could see right here, there's like these scrape marks. Ignore my hands being really gross, but this is supposed to be a little hollowed out just to get a socket to fit on there. So the only way I was able to get those on and tighten them was by using like the tiniest little 8mm wrench ever. This I think is a great charge pipe, I guess, but it just needs to be sanded down and machined out a little bit right there so you fit a socket on. You can see on this one, fuck, it's hard to see. But basically, right down in there, there is the same exact thing, but obviously the plastic ones, the factory ones. But this is hollowed out right here, so you're able to put the bolt in. But yeah, I put those in, but I took them right back out because it was just not it. Because this is a track car and it should be easy to work on, you know what I mean? But also, another thing, what did happen though, I started the car and it was running terribly. I started the car, it ran terribly. The reason was because I didn't plug in 2 coil packs fully. Worked on this car before and replaced the spark plugs. There was 2 clips that were broken, so to put it like in and fit 100% in, it was like just this much off. And then I started the car and it was obviously running on like 4 cylinders, which is, it was not happy. It was making some very loud noises that sounded very scary. But luckily, I took it all apart again, got it figured out. Did kind of have a little mini crash out. The only reason is because it's like, I've been working all day, dude. It's every day I work on these cars and then I have time maybe at like 5 to 6 p.m. Like, see what time it is right now. Like it's 7:24 and I'm starting to work on my car. That's how it goes though, you know what I mean? Oh, also, in addition to everything going wrong, I moved this and then fucking this line of course had a break. I have no clue where it went. Probably not good. I should probably find that. This is the piece I broke. Honestly, it kind of was inevitable, I think, because all I did was move it out the way, and just because this thing is like super old, it's like super hard and brittle, so it just snapped. It's Friday night. I think tomorrow morning I could just call BMW and then I could get the part and we'll be good. But yeah, as of right now, got this charge cooler installed. This is a completely CNC'd aluminum charge cooler that is from New Zealand actually. And travel key, but my neck keeps shining. Fucking back hurts, yo! Fuck my back, bruh. Alright, so like $60 later, here at Crevier BMW in Irvine, I picked up the part that I broke on my car last night. So now we're gonna hop in Riley's Tesla and then we're gonna dip and go fix this motherfucking car. Alright, what up you guys? We're back at the warehouse now, as you guys can see. I just went to Crevier BMW. They ended up having the part in stock that I broke yesterday, so I'm really hyped on that shit. So yeah, this is the part I replaced. It was this little return line that goes to the coolant right here. I just like removed the coolant reservoir and then it just like snapped because this car is 10 years old this year coming up, which is kind of crazy. Old plastic somewhere where there's a lot of heat, it's like, it's bound to happen, you know what I mean? So I wasn't really tripping. It was only like Paid $48.24. Just fill this car with distilled water. Let's see what's good. See if it starts. Oh, the valves are closed. That's why it's so quiet. Now it's loud. Alright, so I've had the car idling for probably like 10-15 minutes now. Also been holding it at like 3K RPM. Sounds good. Idle sounds fine. Plugs, coil packs, everything went well after. But just in case, we're going to throw a bottle of distilled water in the trunk because why not? Because I did obviously do stuff with cooling since I swapped the charge cooler and that little coolant line. But as of right now, I think it's all fully topped off because I let it idle with the caps open and then it sucked all the coolant once the thermostat opens. And yeah, it's pretty full right now. Now I just need to drive it around, make sure there's no air bubbles in it, and we should be good. What I also have to do is I got to go to Mercedes-Benz because I have a part that I bought for one of my customers that other shop told them that they needed that part replaced, but then the part ended up being perfectly fine. So I'm gonna go return it because I didn't charge them for it, and obviously I don't want to pay for something that we don't need. All right, what up, you guys? So made it back into the M4. We're driving. We're gonna go drop off this part like I was talking about earlier. But overall, this car's tinted. I think it looks so much nicer. I don't know, from outside it's really dark, I think, or I don't know. Whenever I was looking at it in the warehouse, it was pretty dark, I think. But right now, I think it looks pretty chill. Like, I like that at night you can't really see inside of it, but outside, or like during the day, it's like it's super visible. But we'll have to see the real test whenever I drive at night tonight, and we'll see if it's like good. Because my buddy Ollie was giving me shit. He's like, dude, you can't fucking have the front windshield tinted if you're gonna go track. I was like, okay, I'll pull it off, but I don't know. I think it'll be fine. It seems good to me because I mean, we're not gonna track at night. We're gonna track during the day, and I can see perfectly. So I don't see the issue. All right, so we made it to Mercedes Fletcher Jones. This is actually where my dad bought his 911 Turbo, which is really cool because I remember we purchased it and we were like right here. It's a pretty cool time purchasing that 911 Turbo with him because it started raining and then I started playing the song Porsches in the Rain, and like, I don't know, it was just a really cool time because it was a very big accomplishment for my dad, so I was really happy for him. But yeah, now we're back in the M4. We got the part returned, so now we're just gonna go home and then go grab the E36.